Why is the deadline 2 years? Because it just is. No, I think I set it to like, I did this like a year ago and I set it to 3 years. So it's the timer ticked down and now it's at 2 years. Luckily, I think we met the goal already. Oh, I'm kind of surprised that my latest videos are doing that well as they are. Like I expected when I saw like Lucas posted the Aku Behemoth video in the community tab. I knew that one would grow bigger. I'm surprised a few ones after that one still managed to get quite a good amount of views. The community, I'm not too familiar with every single part of the community, but with the people I've encountered in RBC, they're pretty cool, honestly. Haven't had any problems with the community yet. As for the content community on YouTube, I think that Battle Cat's content on YouTube, it's a bit like too specific. There's like, when you look at a bunch of other communities, there's a lot of variety in the type of content that you see. But as for Battle Cats, most of it's just guides and like replays of stages, or just, yeah, just that, honestly. There's some other stuff too, but that makes up the majority. Just guides, level replays, maybe like, yeah, really it's all guides and level replays, whether it's stage guides or like progression guides. And a lot of it doesn't even have commentary either, it's just text based. So that's why I decided to do what I'm doing. Well, all those memes and stuff were from a different time, where I just created random memes that were stupid and put them there, and they did not work. Except one of them, a strange video about Fred Flintstone, that one popped up. Yeah, I feel like for Battle Cats memes, a lot of them are hit and miss. Where like, a lot of them aren't done that well and then they're just not funny. But then some of the higher effort ones, those are pretty good and enjoyable. There was this one channel that made pretty good Battle Cats memes and stuff. I think he's in the recommended channels for Lord Marco Quad's channel. It's one of those channels. It's a good meme channel if you like Battle Cats memes and stuff. Yeah, I think it was Crazed Ninja. Yeah, I didn't know what to put for the inquiry code block, so I just took a stock image of cat food. Other than Battle Cats, I've played, like, mostly just Steam indie games. And some other games too, like I've played Civ 6 recently with some friends. By myself, I play like FTL sometimes. Maybe Risk of Rain 2. I also touch Geometry Dash now and then. Not very good at Geometry Dash. You know, that's like an idea I had to get a treasureless Battle Cats run. But then I realized that it's going to be pretty RNG on like getting no treasures at all because of Alaska. Because you know, Alaska's treasure activates and it only takes one treasure, so if you get bad luck, the Alaska treasure will just activate by itself, and your no treasure run will just be ended because you have treasure activated. Yes, tapping boxes is very enjoyable. That is why I play the cat battle game. There's a new cat waiting to be upgraded. Unfortunately, we will not upgrade him. You know, in a way, the treasure grind in Empire of Cats, it keeps people away from playing the game, since they have to grind through all of this. At least that's what some people might think initially. But when I look at a lot of people, they actually just still grind it anyways. And they make it to Chapter 3 Moon, they grind to all the treasures they need, and then they beat that stage, and they usually end up quitting afterwards. So if you look at treasures that way, then treasures are actually helping keep people in the game, because there's grinds later that are like treasure grinding. Like Into the Future, Cats of the Cosmos grinding, there's also cat fruit and other stuff. So giving people a chance to experience grinding early in the game, and most of them actually end up sticking it out and grinding the treasures, that helps retain players, I think. At least from what I can conclude from that. So I think treasure is a cool mechanic. Well, it's kind of painful, but it's a necessary one. It's a necessary evil for this game. Well, I think for people in the Battle Cats Discord and stuff, if you really only join a Discord for the respective game if you're actually like into that game. Like if you download a game and play it for like maybe 2 days, I don't think you're gonna really want to join a Discord for that. But if you're gonna plan on playing it for a bit, then you might want to join the Discord, and that's where the people in the RBC Discord are. As for games I'll play in the future, I still have to finish Robbie Reeby. I'm on like a hard mode playthrough. No, I think a hell mode playthrough right now. I'll finish that eventually later. And there's some other games I have to play, like Stray, I think. Also, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, I'm gonna play that eventually on an emulator. So let's get the obvious ones out of the way. So, where is he? Okay, Cyberpunk is banned. Bullet Train banned. Can is banned. House is banned. Fishman is banned. M Eraser is banned. M Island is... might be borderline at this point. M Island kind of fell off. You don't see M Island that much unless the stage requires tanking. But even then there's a Row. And Row is definitely banned. So we might make M Island a borderline just so we have something to help us tank enemies. Yeah, Deadeye banned. You're banned. You're banned. Slaps is obviously banned. Seafarer is like the weakest of the strong, but I still think he should be banned because he's Seafarer, you know? He just beats all aliens. Maybe we'll see some Psycho Cat usage if Seafarer is banned. In some other anti-alien units. Maybe we'll see like Racket or something. Maybe Cat Tarzan. There could be good options if Seafarer is banned. I think that would make the run interesting. So we're gonna keep him banned here. MKD borderline. All the other Manics are legal. His Legs borderline. No, I think he's legal. Actually, if Legs is borderline, MKD should be unbanned. Yeah, Manic Mohawk is also legal. Is that all of them? 1, 2. Oh, you're definitely legal. Yeah, let's put them in order. It's M Island. Where's MJM? There he is. Alright, that's the Manics. Finishing up, Fiend is a borderline unit. So along with Liberty. Those two are like the most borderline super rare gacha units. Oh, did I not ban Pizza yet? Where's Pizza? I can't find Pizza. Oh, there he is. Pizza's banned, for sure. Octo is also definitely banned. Octo ban, we're gonna see a lot of Super Cat usage this time. Also gonna see like Catly Wave Immune. You're borderline. Golfer not banned. The rest of the gachas are not banned and they're not borderline either. Neoback is Miter Saw ban worthy? He might be. Cutter Cat is definitely banned. Yeah, I think Miter Saw is actually a strong unit, it's just no one has him, and that's why he never sees usage. Like, if you've ever used Miter Saw against aliens, he just completely destroys them, because he has resist and massive damage or something. So those two are going to be banned. Yeah, if I put something like Seafarer, who completely destroys aliens, in banned, I think Miter Saw is fine in banned. Hall Driver's not banned. Driller, I think, is borderline, because he breaks a lot of stuff. But he's not like the most overpowered unit at times. Like he's there for tower floors like floor 40, floor 30, floor 50, stuff like that. And he'll work wonders there, but he's not going to do much anywhere else. Maybe he's good versus Aros, but like, that's about it. Cat Jobs I think is borderline. Cat Jobs is like super strong. He might even be ban worthy. But I feel like Cat Jobs is... He has the potential to break stuff. You use him a lot and then he just weakens everything on the field. But one is that it's RNG. And two is that like he doesn't do any damage himself. He's not gonna solo carry. But he can still like carry with CC, I think. But he's not like Deadeye or Cyber tier. He might be borderline. You know, Driller's here. Driller destroys white enemies. And he's already borderline. But Cat Jobs weakens like all traits, so... Yeah, I think Cat Jobs is ban actually. For brainwashed units, I'm not too familiar with them. So I think I'm just gonna make them all legal. At least the ones here are all legal. Except brainwashed legs is definitely banned. This unit is absurd. No one has brainwashed legs, but brainwashed legs is absurdly overpowered. It's kind of like talented housewife in its damage amount, except with a surge, so you get a lasting hitbox. Does quite a lot actually, but nobody has this unit, so that's why no one uses it. If everyone had this unit, if it was as common as like Vaulter, everyone would be using brainwashed legs. It's like 600 cost, 4,400 DPS. At level 30, we look at Housewife. And also, well, there is 28 seconds on the respawn time, but it's 600 cost for that. And it's like, Housewife is a bit faster, but costs more. Has LD, but this is a surge anyways. Housewife has a lot less DPS than that. Even with Savage Blow in, Housewife has like maybe 2.5k DPS. So Brainwashed Legs is like a disgustingly overpowered unit. It's just no one has Brainwashed Legs. Okay, back to the list. Cat Base Mini, unbanned. Cataphone, also. I feel like these are borderline. Because these are just very good anti-metals. Like, you boost your Soba to like 40 something, I forgot, and then it one-shots 300% SMH. And that's very good. But you all know Cat Tornado is good. And clearing metal doges, and also he survives a hit from Dabu at a certain level, which is also nuts. So these are like borderline anti-metal units. I think everything else here is just, except you, Metal Cat is easily banned. Everything else here is like unbanned. Maybe Evisu is borderline. Maybe Dongo is borderline as well. Because Dongo is basically Falter at home, but for white enemies. But he doesn't have Savage Blow, so that's why Falter banned and Dongo isn't. And you know, this final might go into summer, so we might actually get Dongo during this run. Oh wait, where's Witchy? Witchy Neneko is banned. 148 wave blocker, that's ranged. I think that's definitely ban worthy. So, yeah, looking at our unit pool, it still looks like we can beat stuff, but we're not just gonna meme over every stage with overpowered units. So I think this is a pretty good pool for super rare units. I think this looks like a pretty good list right now. But now that we have super rares done, I'm gonna go back to playing cat battles now. So here we are. And we're back on the Battle Cats grind. You know, one time I thought I was gonna make a beginner's guide for Battle Cats. But then I realized that the early game, even though it's several updates and maybe years later, the true Empire of Cats early game is quite literally exactly the same. So there really is no reason to create an ultimate beginner's guide again. Because it's just Ninja Cat spam yet again, and treasure grinding yet again. I remember Regget's beginner guide, he had like a no gotcha series. And the problem with his no gotcha series is he claims that it's like useful to players who don't use gotcha. And while parts of it are like very good and correct, there's some things he does that aren't very optimal even in a no gotcha run. Like, he uses Mother Cat, and Mother Cat has absolutely terrible stats. So, even in a no gacha run, I wouldn't recommend using Mother Cat. You should actually just use Lollycat in a no gacha run, or get Dancer quicker. Although Dancer's stage is kind of hard, but Lollycat's stage is very easy. So you can get Treasure Raider on the first Lollycat stage, and you basically get Mother Cat, but for 525 cost instead of 900. When will I roll gacha? I think I'll roll gacha whenever it's Epic Fest, which might be next weekend. But who knows, maybe I'll roll like a few things this stream or something. You might call Eraser a strong unit, but I don't think Eraser is really going to be overpowered because you need a lot of boost on plus levels to make him that good. At low levels, he'll just be alright. So Courier is banned, Paris is banned, Shell banned, Jellyfish is banned, Ramen is banned, Camera is banned. Sanzo isn't actually that overpowered, but I'll ban him anyway so we can use other cooler units. Rock is banned, for sure. Let's put stuff in unbanned. Shows that these guys are not banned. Jake, Catasaurus is borderline. Everything else here, though, is not banned. So a lot of the rare cats are going to help us during this run. As for Catalite is strong, but I think he's not going to be banned. And for Shigon is borderline, I think. Oh yeah, Bear is definitely banned. I think Future might be borderline as well. He's very strong. I think Tourist can be unbanned, but Glass might be borderline. Curry's unbanned. Should Jiangxi be borderline or not? I think it's Jiangxi borderline and Thaumaturge. I'll put Thaumaturge in borderline. I think this is good enough. There's borderline enough. As for everything else, this list looks good, I think. And back to cat battling we go. Mighty Cat, Super Cat is illegal. He is a wave blocker that works at times, but at times he can get knocked back and he's not that good compared to Octopus Cat, who is banned for this run. And besides, we already banned Witchy Naneko, so if I ban Super Cat, then we won't have a wave blocker for this run. And I think Super Cat is fair that you'll say he's not an overpowered unit, because he really doesn't do that much compared to Octopus. Super Cat definitely can carry at times by blocking waves. You can, like, especially on stages like Glass Slippers, whenever the Doge base happens, you can send in Super Cat and then he'll stop the wave and also potentially weaken Arost. Yeah, now that I think about it, Glass Slippers is gonna, if we ban all our wave blockers, Glass Slippers is gonna be a massive wall of a stage, since the Doge base is guaranteed to activate. Oh yeah, for 49 is gonna be pretty bad if we do end up banning Glass Cat. Since a lot of anti-white units, we won't have Rock for 47. We do have M Lion and the Cat combo units, so we can still use the normal strat, and we still have Dogumaro, so 49 isn't going to be impossible. But if we lose Glass Cat from being borderline, then it will be quite a bit hard. Oh yeah, we don't have Cyberpunk and an Octopus Cat if people use that for 49. Am I doing Advent stages? Yes, I'm just gonna do what normal Battle Cats progression players do. They'll be like Advent stages. I'll try to push Heavenly Tower and other stuff. We're not going to do exclusively like story mode and SOL/UL. We're gonna do event stages as well. Plus the drops are going to be helpful anyways. I know I did ban like Slime and some of the other ones, but I think I'll just do them anyways just for completion. And for the ones that aren't banned, we're gonna have to do them anyways. Like, we're gonna want Naga Cat, Medusa Cat, and the true form, so we're gonna beat Okame We need that for when we have to fight Cowman guys later in Uncanny Legends. Because that's a triple Relic Bun stage, and if we don't have some form of Relic Freeze, we're not gonna beat that stage. On the new Legend Zero subchapter, I think that it's interesting that Ponos got rid of the restriction of not using event enemies or story bosses in random SOL subchapters. So, while Zero Legends does expand what they potentially can do, and that is quite interesting, it also makes me quite worried that their stage design philosophy might stop being like classic Pono stage design and might actually end up being more like BCU stages. And I know there can be a lot of cool BCU stages at times, but sometimes they're just weird and low quality, not very good BCU stages that are just enemy spam. And I don't want to see Ponos end up making those. I want to see Ponos making Pono style stages. Although if they did have elements such as the event bosses, if Ponos makes them work and makes sure that they're still good stages, then it will be an overall positive change if they end up still using event enemies and stuff. So I am slightly skeptical, but I think in the long run, Ponos is definitely going to do good with the event enemies in Zero Legend. Yeah, Glass Slippers is in the stream tags. Because whenever I play in the RBC Scribble games, and they choose the stage list, I just type in Glass Slippers every time. Because Glass Slippers has just kind of become a meme stage to me. It is arguably the hardest 3-star UL stage, but it's also quite a fun and interesting stage. I like Glass Slippers. It's a very cool stage. Oh, you guys are starting the Geometry Dash references. Oh my god, is that a Geometry Dash reference? No way. You know, Geometry Dash has gotten so big to the point where basically almost everything is just a Geometry Dash reference. There's probably, like, you can look at a random object in your house, and just, like, there's probably a Geometry Dash level that has a name similar to it. Like, you just, like, look somewhere, you point at your phone, then there's the Geometry Dash level called I'm a Phone, so it's all a Geometry Dash reference. There is no escape from Geometry Dash in 2023. Yeah, you look at your Sync, and there's Sync by Oddsy. It's a list Extreme Demon. Load in the Fishwasher. That is indeed a GD Extreme Demon. Every time you load the Fishwasher. Wait, no, it's water. I don't know what it is. It's a weird level anyways. Oh, Urun has a GD reference. What is Urun's description? Oh. It's Allegiance. I remember Allegiance. I actually tried to beat Allegiance one time. And I was getting pretty close, but then I just stopped because I got bored of it. What else is there? Oh, look, there's Delusion. That's it. That's a Geometry Dash reference as well. We got Delusion. You know, the challenge level. Looks like Urun is full of Geometry Dash references. So, Honeywa's fine. Supercar banned. All of these guys are banned. Maybe Lil Racer's borderline, actually. Everything else is unbanned, though. Yeah, even Lil Island is unbanned. I think Mask Hermit might be borderline. Same with Ural. Ural is not that good, so I need a special tier for Bahamut, actually. Yeah, there we go. Bahamut's going to be used temporarily, but then he's going to be banned when we get Awakened Bahamut. Yes, Aku Cyclone is indeed the Devil Vortex. That's a Geometry Dash reference. Okay, God, it's legal, filibuster. Chicondo, borderline, every. No, Edie, where is? Edie is banned, for sure. So yeah, we're not gonna grind 4-star Stories of Legend. Or maybe we will if we like run out of things to do and I still want to continue this file. Then we will end up grinding Stories of Legend just to beat Edie, and then we won't be able to use Edie after we get Edie. All these legends are fine. Doron is banned though. We're not even gonna use Luza because I'm not doing starred UL. So Luza doesn't even matter, but Luza's gonna be banned. Nola's banned. Urz is like... We're not gonna use True Form Urz, so I think Urz can be unbanned. We're not doing starred UL, so once we finish UL, we're not gonna use these True Forms on anything except the last few stages. And Urz doesn't even get used on like Birth of True Man and stuff. Yeah, Nala's still gonna be banned. You use Nala even pre-True Form on stages like Pit House Academy. For Dogu borderline, I mean like Dogu gets very strong in True Form. We're not even gonna get Dogu's True Form in this run unless he's allowed. You know, maybe I'll put him borderline anyway, since he's gonna help us on 49 anyways. So we can. I'm fine with Dogu and borderline. That does make sense. He can be very strong at times. Everything else is unbanned. Dancer is definitely banned. Dark Laser is definitely banned. I think Box Cat might be borderline actually. Cat God the Golden. Oh no. Not the Golden. I verified the Golden. Let's go. But what a good level. The Golden. The Golden's the type of a level that if I was actually good at Geometry Dash, I would play the Golden, honestly. Mina in Unbanned? I mean, Mina's actually not that strong. Like, True Form SOL legends aren't even that good. Like, literally any LD Uber in the game is better than Mina, when you look at it that way. And when you compare using Mina's weaken, well, Slapstick's got weakened, so Mina's kind of fallen off quite a bit. There's really no reason to use Mina at all if you have any LD Uber, unless you want to run double LD. Linkloth not banned. These guys are all not banned. Rice Ball. I think Rice Ball is actually banned. Rice Ball is very strong when talented. I'm gonna wonder when Rice Ball enters the meta. I mean, he kind of has for late game, but I don't see too many people using a Rice Ball in early game. Even though, like, getting level 40 Rice Ball with HP up to max, and he has so much health compared to, like, your low level erasers in early game. I think people need to start using Rice Ball more in the early game, or in the mid game actually. You can't really use talent in early game, but in mid game you can start upgrading your Rice Ball. He's going to be a very strong meat shield once you do that. So I think we're gonna ban Rice Ball. Everyone else here is fine, easily. Neko Haman is going to be used if we get Gold Brick Cat. J. Craze Monaco might be borderline. It's a pretty strong crit unit, and you also get the cat combo with it. I think everything else looks fine. I put Soba in borderline. Soba's not really like banned yet. If you look at like the current meta of Battle Cats in late game, a lot of metal stages aren't even like killing metals fast. They're just using Hoop Cat to CC the metals, and then you put like Dark Laser down, and then you just kill everything on the back. And then once all the back is down, you just kill the metals with whatever critter you ring. That critter could just be Space Cat if you wanted to. It's more of Hoop Cat being very strong. So maybe we should actually like ban Hoop Cat. Where's my rare cat list? I should have gone back and put Hoop Cat in like borderline. Or maybe we'll keep Hoop Cat anyways. I'm not too sure. Or Bomber. I mean, like, Pizza Cat exists, so no one really uses Bomber unless the stage has Razorback. I don't think Bomber is even like that broken. But I guess if you want to see like Rodeo pop off on the stream, you want to see like other anti-black, you want to see Ninja dodge, and I guess we could put Bomber in like Borderline, because that would make the run more interesting. Yeah, I'll leave Bomber being banned or not up to whoever ends up voting on it. I think that's fair. Yeah, Heavy Jack is a pretty strong unit if we get him, but I'm not sure if Heavy Jack is strong enough to be banned. Maybe if I do more research on Heavy Jack, I can find out whether he's ban-worthy or not. I mean, looking at other Aku Ubers, people say that Satoru's true form is very strong. I think that they say that Amakusa is also very strong. We have a good amount of anti-Aku Ubers now, I'd say. Oh yeah, and Diabolosa is definitely strong, and Diabolosa is definitely banned. Diabolosa is now like one of the best Ubers in the game, honestly. I put Diabolosa as like a top 20 Uber in the whole game. That's what a lot of units nowadays are. Because they get released initially with no true form or talents, and then a lot of people say that they just suck. And then Ponos ends up giving them strong true form or strong talents, and then they end up being quite the strong unit overall. Like, if we look at Diabolosa, where people thought he kind of sucked in second and first form, he got a very good true form. He has yet to get talents, so he'll get talents that make him even better, and he's already as strong as he is right now. Yeah, Diabolosa's cat combo it's quite good. It's like one of the best cat combos in the game on an already strong unit. And that's what, in my opinion, makes Diabolosa like a top 20, maybe even a top 15 Uber in the game. Because like, you use him, he absolutely destroys his 3 target traits. Those are like the 3 hardest in the game: Aku, Angel, and Zombie. Those are usually where your problems tend to come from. And he beats all of them. He has 475 range, he costs like 3,450 or something like that. And that's very cheap for having 475 range and good damage. And then after all that, he just gives everything on your team 15% more damage if you bring Manic Flying. And Manic Flying isn't even that bad of a unit, so you're losing like 1 slot, and in certain situations you're not even losing a slot, because you can use Manic Flying sometimes. But there's always some stages that aren't too hard in 1 star, that are ones to watch out for in 3 star. Like, in 1 star, Glass Slippers, at least for me, wasn't too bad. But in 3 stars, Glass Slippers is just a menace of a stage. It might even be the hardest stage in the game right now, if I'm being honest. Especially since Bear and Hippo got power grabbed. Yeah, Primitive Souls is also one that's like, not too bad in 1 star, but in 3 star it's just a complete menace and it's very difficult. But thanks to True Form Legends, if you bring like high level True Form Nala, like level 50 ED, level 50 True Form Nala, and some other stuff, like Dark Laser, I think that 3 star Primitive Souls isn't going to be the absolute hardest 3 star stage now. As far as I've heard, a lot of people don't think it's that hard compared to the actual hardest 3 star stages. Like, they have more trouble on Glass Slippers, Kuala Lumpur, Adventurer's Journal, stages like those, and Clone Farmers as well. Those stages are what I hear in 3 star UL that tend to be the hard ones, as well as Primitive Souls itself. Oh yeah, and the Belated Priest as well. I forgot about that one. But I mean, if you get Luza, then the Belated Priest turns into the Belated Freest, so it's not that bad anymore. Yeah, if you have Dark, if you have like any very good specialist Uber, then even those 3 star UL stages are gonna fall pretty easily. Like, you get Darked and Clone Farmer 3 stars shouldn't really be a problem. He'll also do very well on Glass Slippers 3 stars since the main threat is Arost. So you said Dragon Emperors, so we're gonna do Dragon Emperors. Alright, we're gonna do 5 of these. So let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, Gunslinger, that's allowed for this run. the Gunslinger's a good pull. We don't want to pull things that are banned. Rover's allowed for this run. You get Stilts. Stilts is allowed for this run. Oh, this is banned. We're not using pizza. Pizza is definitely banned. So pizza's just gonna sit. If we pull anything banned, it's just gonna sit in the storage, and after we clear Future 3, it's gonna be turned into NP. Then we get Viking. Vikings to use. So we have 4 usable rare units right now, and then we have 1 banned Pizza Cat. So yeah, I think we will use him. But I might decide that later. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream anyways. So thanks to everyone here. The stream is now going to end. Goodbye.